One girl.
Oh, that blue is in there, people. Yes, look at that. The lights are on. We don't pay the SRP bill or APS, whatever the fuck you have. I don't even know what to say. But yes,
Really?
you're back once.
All I see is a big. Oh, there we go.
Wait, what'd you say?
All I saw was a black screen for like a minute. I was like, what the fuck? What blue?
Okay, yeah, and I'll explain this one more time. So, Google Hangouts, Wwe, because I know you probably didn't listen to me last time, or the last 3 times actually, but Google Hangouts has been messing up lately, and I once again.
Oh, I know.
No, well, okay, well shit. Because if you bring it up on here, then people don't understand. But yeah, I just want to just so there's no confusion things there. Hangouts, for some reason, the guys that are in the call with me right now, people cannot see what's going on sometimes because it fucks up. So if he makes a reference to something that only he can see and you guys can't see, that's the reason why. Because it'll stay there for about a good 10 minutes, be like, hey, dude, that guy's face, and we haven't seen that face in like minutes.
He's not lying, guys, because my face has been frozen on my Google Hangouts for like about 2 minutes already.
Yeah, I've seen it myself. And the funny thing is, it's glowing blue.
yeah, and I'm blue as a motherfucker.
And yet, for some reason, on my end, you look beautiful. Like, it's going perfectly on my end, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, thank you, because right now I'm watching our stream on the YouTubes, and happy Hovic Day, everybody. And yes, Raheem, I did get screwed one more time. I got screwed one more again. I'm not going to lie. That's some more bullshit.
I don't think that was some bullshit, but we'll talk about that, too. But yeah, catch this hammer, sexy thumbnail. Thank you very much. Yeah, the thumbnail. All these pretty ladies up on there because the pretty ladies done took over this fucking show, man.
Oh man, they didn't take it over. They conquered that motherfucker.
Yeah, so I gotta say, let's start doing this shit right now, man. The incredible booking for the SmackDown division was incredible. I will say the Natalya Naomi match, great fucking match. God damn, it was a good match, and did not need to be. There was no reason for that to be an interesting match because there was really no story there, to be honest. I mean, unless I'm like, Trey, do you feel like there was some kind of story there that was like, oh, like I'm interested in this fucking bout? I mean, did you feel that way, Trey, or nah?
It was just a quick story for the most part. Natalya jealous that Naomi won, and it should have been her victory, kind of thing. So yeah, and granted, I'm probably not as high about the match as you guys are. It's kind of mediocre to me, but they did what they're supposed to do. It's not like I'm gonna be yelling about it, like, oh, this match sucked, because it didn't really suck. It just did what it needed to do.
Yeah, which is good that it was something that just needed to do something. But then we get into the whole thing with Charlotte's promo. Now I was scared. I was like, fuck, and Charlotte's out here. We're gonna get a boring promo from her. We're gonna get some tears. We're gonna get some Ric Flair is such a great guy, and I remember blah blah blah. And then we're gonna get Asuka. We got none of that. We got the debut of Payne Royce and fucking Billie Kay. Now, I hate those two, by the way, because when I first saw them, I was like, yeah, they're fine. They're so annoying, they become unfine. I fucking hate those two. I hate their theme music. I hate their voice. I hate their accent. I hate their character. Honestly, Payne Royce is terrible in the fucking ring. Billie Kay is like the female Kevin Nash. She has like 4 moves. Like, they're terrible. You know what I mean? I really hate those two. But for the story and for the writing, it made so much sense. Everything that they did, the way they talked to Charlotte, the way they kind of shot. I mean, they were shooting a little bit, talking about like the match wasn't that good, and talking shit about her, and making fun of her crying and all that bullshit. Amazing. Love the promo, and then love how they beat her up. And then Carmella came down, and man, God, tell you, that crowd was so high for Carmella. This is probably one of the best moments in Carmella's whole career. But Kovic, what do you feel about this, man?
What, Carmella cashing in?
Well, everything I just said, the whole segment.
Oh, the funny thing is, I was sitting here wondering exactly why in the fuck were we not getting any call-ups from NXT for SmackDown? Like, we didn't get shit tonight. And then all of a sudden, Iconic comes out. I was like, okay, I'm down with this. But that's really the only call-up that we got tonight. I will say that they came, they made a statement, and they fucked up Charlotte and called it a day. The one thing is, I just wasn't enthusiastic about Carmella cashing in, only because my dickhead of a brother-in-law spoiled that shit for me as Carmella was walking out.
Oh, wow.
So I couldn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to, because the funny thing is, as soon as everybody was chanting Carmella's music hit, I was like, holy shit, is she gonna cash in? Not even 3 seconds later, yo, Carmella cashed in and won it. I was like, you motherfucking asshole. I'm literally 30 seconds behind.
And the thing that was really cool about this is because with us not being spoiled, I mean, I don't know if it was for Trey or anything, but like for me watching the show, there was so much like playing with the balls of the viewer. And I will say, me being the guy who, I mean, I like timing out a show. This stuff is important to me, very important to me, especially running the show like broadcast-wise behind these podcasts. I can't stand how long it took for that shit to get through. It was kind of torturing where she gets the referee and he's like, wait, what? You want to cash in? She's like, yeah, cash in. He's like, wait, what? Cash it in?
Fucking Mike Chioda, you're fucking retarded. She's like, yeah, cash in. And she's like, like,
oh shit, yeah. Well, Hobie's mic just turned off. I don't know why, but
oh yeah, well, okay. So what I was saying is like, yeah, I totally agree with you. What the fuck you were saying, because they do that shit all the fucking time. Like, are you sure? Are you sure? No, she's just giving you the fucking briefcase because she's not sure.
And like that'd be fine with the whole "are you sure" thing if every single time else, like when the Miz or Dolph Ziggler or this guy or that guy does it, he takes the briefcase right away and goes to the announcer and the match starts right away. But this, it's like it took forever, and it took forever to the point where even the last 4 weeks when we have Carmella cash it in, it was like right away too, where he like pretty much like, give me the briefcase, and he runs to go cash it in, and then some shit happens, which she got lucky. This time it was like they were really toying with us, like, no, man, this is about to get interrupted, and I'm like, dude, this is starting to piss me off. Then they showed the replay, I swear to God, like twice, and I think they showed it a third time, like right before commercial, and she celebrates for the longest fucking time, goes to all 4 turnbuckles, goes to the announcer's table, fucking poses up there, runs up the ramp, and then we come back from commercial break, she's still talking about this shit, she's doing a fake crying thing, and just like again and again and again, like, dude, we get it, she got the title, like, you know, I feel like WWE knew they had a great moment and they just wanted to squeeze as much as they could out of it, but it squeezed my entertainment value because I was like, this is cool, but you could have fit another match in here at this point. Like, this is like a fucking long segment, you know? It's kind of insane. So, I mean, that's the only thing I gotta say that's bad about it, but I loved it. Trey, what about you, man? How'd you feel about the whole segment, like the Peyton Royce thing, all that stuff, as well as the title one?
Okay, I'm gonna focus more on Peyton Royce and Billy Kay for the most part, because you and Hov hit the nail on the head and said everything I was gonna say pretty much. Because so we're pretty much on agreement on that. Pretty much that. Yeah, that was done horribly, especially when you look at past cash-ins. Yeah, that was messed up. And even then, I just feel like this whole segment was kind of awkward. I just want to preface this by saying I love Peyton Royce and Billy Kay. I'm the opposite of Nick. I love the iconic duo. I think they're hilarious. I think they're amazing. I think everything they've done in NXT was pretty great. And I always thought it was weird that they were gone for a while. And I know they had like their little surgery thing they had going. And after that, it just didn't really do anything. And the first time we see Peyton Royce in a while was in the SummerSlam Women's Battle Royale. So I was pretty surprised to see him tonight. But that whole thing was pretty awkward. Like the promo they did was kind of in my opinion. It was awkwardly done, and then even with the beat up, that was awkward as well. Like they had troubles picking up Charlotte and getting her in the ring. I was just like, what? Like, like you guys talking about the cash-in going too long and everything, and the celebration that also went on way too long, and it was pretty dead air at times where I couldn't really even buy into it anymore. Like I was marking out at first. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I love these two. Da da da. And then I was like, okay, why is it still going on? Why are y'all struggling getting her in the ring? Like what's going on here? Like so I was like, yeah, this whole thing, a feel good moment for Carmella was awkward, and a feel good NXT call up was awkward.
And I gotta do this really quick too. BBM, I love you so much. That needs to fucking happen. Can we just get rid of the men and just have the women's division? Honestly, at this point, I'm not saying get rid of the men division. Like, absolutely not. But I know you're making a joke. But at the same time, I want a women's roster only. I want to have one show a week where it's just women, and have like a mid-card women's title, have a women's tag team championship. And fucking just because the women are the best part of these shows, like a lot of the time, especially NXT. Granted, NXT is starting to kind of like, I've been talking about this a lot, but like certain things in NXT, it goes back and forth between being good and bad. And every time I go back, I will say I don't like anything that the women are doing. I don't even know who the fuck's on there at this point. They got some pirate bitch running around, just awful stuff. But yeah, man, I really love the women tonight. But then we get into, just like the same complaint that we just had, this is what's going to fuse these two topics, is how long that took. What Trey just said, you know, the beatdown took forever, and then the interview took forever, and then the fucking Carmella winning the thing took forever, and then her celebration took forever. Meanwhile, where the fuck were all these goddamn wrestlers? There was no Baron Corbin. There was no. I mean, I hate to say this. It sounds like I'm fucking obsessed, but Jesus Christ, where's Mojo Rawley? Come on, where's Ty Dillinger? Where's Mike Kanellis? Apparently came back during WrestleMania's Battle Royal. No promo with him or anything. Nothing. That was odd as shit to me. And I could have sworn we're missing somebody from that whole Fatal 4 thing, aren't we? Because it's Jinder Mahal.
No, Jinder Mahal was in the side. It was Bobby Roode, Randy Orton, and Rusev that were in the triple threat match.
Okay, and that's why. All right, and I don't know. I feel like there should have been a little bit more Jinder Mahal, but then again, he was there, so I get it.
Yeah, he was just sitting ringside throughout the match.
But with these beatdown things happening, I think the Riot Squad probably should have been out there doing something too. You know what I mean? It felt empty. There was barely anybody on the goddamn show. I mean, when you really think about it, we only saw about 8 wrestlers. I didn't remember seeing Tyler Breeze or anybody. The Usos thing, we didn't even see that. Well, no, the champions did come out and they pulled some shit at the end, but. You know what I mean? I just felt like, yeah, Chad Gable, Jalen Benjamin have been the main event lately with these fucking shows, yet they didn't show up. And then, like you said earlier, Hovig, no call-ups from NXT, and I feel like the reason why there's no call-ups is because there's no room. When they do the Superstar Shake-Up thing, Raw better get a shit ton of more talent, and you better not fuck with SmackDown. Let SmackDown do their thing. You know what I mean? Because if anything else happens and you guys add more shit to SmackDown, you're going to have to give this another 3 hour, or another hour, make this a 3-hour show. And I know I hate 3-hour shows, and I'm sick of Raw being 3 hours, but at this point, please tell me you agree with me, Hovig. SmackDown should be 3 hours.
Hell no, just keep it as 2.
Really? You still don't think so after all this?
Dude, you know why? Because we have 3 hours of Raw, and half the time that's a bunch of bullshit already.
Well, it's bullshit because of the way they're right, because SmackDown's bullshit, but with 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. So now imagine if they had a third.
I guess, but then it give me more time to kind of start to care about somebody. Because sometimes I feel like it's not bad writing. It's just, it's impossible. Like, sometimes I have trouble fitting. Like, okay, here's another example. Avengers Infinity War. Everyone knows it's going to be a great movie because it's a bunch of action, right? But pretend that Avengers Infinity War didn't have Iron Man 1, 2, 3, Captain America 1 and 2, and all these movies. Imagine Avengers Infinity War just happened. You wouldn't care about any of these characters because you only have 2.5 hours. How can you tell this grand story with all these characters who have all these backstories in just one movie? It's impossible, and SmackDown has to do this every week. It's hard to do. You know what I mean? Like, don't you feel like I don't know. Maybe that still didn't win you over. But Trey, how about you? I mean, do you feel like SmackDown would use a 3rd hour now at this point, or no?
No, I'm actually glad that it doesn't have the 3rd hour, to be honest, because honestly, 3 hours of Raw is enough, and I feel like I would be kind of a little burnt out, especially because I kind of appreciate my Tuesdays after, like around this time, because if you do the show, then after that, I have a little bit more time compared to on Raw, where the 3 hours goes on. I don't have that much time to do anything. I just kind of go to bed after we do the show. So I appreciate the 2 hours compared to the 3. That's why SmackDown kind of wins on that aspect for the most part because of the timing thing.
Okay, yeah, and by the way,
not only that, we also got 205 Live right after SmackDown as well. So
yeah, which I mean, I feel like if that was part of SmackDown, SmackDown would be a better show because 205 Live actually is better than SmackDown lately. I gotta tell you guys that. But I'm over here looking in the chat too. I know you guys can't see this inside the Hangouts call, but in the chat, Cedric's saying, "Yeah, I'm with Nick on this. Have this replace 205 Live." He was talking about the women's division, but he does disagree with me with the whole 3 hours thing. He says 2 hours is fine. All those guys I mentioned they're missing. They're probably going to be ending up to going to Raw in the shakeup, which is probably true. But Raheem says that hell yes, 3 hours of SmackDown Live, just his opinion. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully at some point, I'll get what I want in that sense. But then I'll also be tired, and also too, it all has to go with, can you tell a good story for 3 hours? I mean, Road Dogg, I don't think it's capable of doing so.
Well, I don't think Road Dogg's in charge of SmackDown anymore.
You're right, he's not.
And we all know how highly Vince doesn't think of SmackDown, so I know for a fact that they're not going to get 3 hours for SmackDown as well, at all. But yeah, man, as far as the storylines go, I feel like they picked up pretty decently from the ending of WrestleMania for SmackDown. Like, to be honest, there really wasn't that much story even going on the SmackDown roster. Like, they covered everything today. The United States, they covered the whole Nakamura AJ Styles bit. They covered the whole women's battle royale bit. They covered Charlotte, and they covered the tag team match because they had the Usos and the New Day today.
Yeah,
and I think
number one contenders or whatever. Which I
yeah,
love the commentary on that. The commentary were having like an argument about like, this is kind of unfair because they're not going to get their shot to do whatever. I'm just like, you know what? That's a great thing to bring up because now they're like kind of putting continuity to their own rules, saying like, yeah, their rematch clause can be taken away over this number one contenders match. So the Usos are being screwed here. And I was like, okay, this actually kind of made me root for the Usos more. And then when they won, I was like, fuck yeah, thank God. They almost lost that. It was just kind of cool. Like, if I was watching as a kid who doesn't know that this shit's fucking fake, which at this day and age, how do you not know? But if that was the case, Corey Graves is like the best fucking commentator on the show currently.
Oh, yeah.
Shows.
Oh, yeah, man. And I almost marked out the other day because I was sitting there walking in New Orleans. I was walking on Canal Street, going back to the hotel, and I saw him and a bunch of people get out of a car, walk down Bourbon Street. I was like, "Oh shit, Corey Graves!" Yeah. I wanted to like yell something at him, but I was like, "Nah, just leave it be." But yeah, so I feel like even the Daniel Bryan Shane McMahon storyline they did, like I feel like every single storyline that they had in regards to WrestleMania, they brought back up tonight. So that's why even like, with you wanting it for 3 hours, I was like, it really doesn't need it because every single storyline was brought up. They continued it. They even ended it. So yeah, I mean, it is like, it worked.
Okay. And I agree with you in a sense of like, yeah, they did do everything that, they did continue the WrestleMania storylines, but even before WrestleMania, I was like kind of bothersome by like, yeah, the SmackDown shit is kind of weak for WrestleMania. Like, I'm kind of like, where's the Raw shit? You know what I mean? Like, and even when you look at WrestleMania, I mean, the tag team match, their tag team match was like the shortest match of the fucking night, and for a few other things, so I was kind of like, but it is what it is. Hopefully one day we'll see what happens, but most likely I'm going to lose this one, folks. But moving on, before we get to the Daniel Bryan thing, I actually want to bring this up because, yeah, you said you were screwed, and I got to say, man, I actually love the Randy Orton won, but were you mad about this? Did you not like the fact that Rusev won, Hovey?
No, Rusev lost.
No, that's what I meant to say, because I'm saying, like, Randy Orton won, but, like, yeah, are you mad that he didn't win?
I'm not really mad, but Randy Orton again. Like, we're really doing Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal a fucking again. Like, it was not even a fucking year ago we started doing this shit. Actually, it was about a year ago. But like, if it was Rusev versus Jinder Mahal, I feel like I would have been a little more invested into the United States shit. But like, I like Randy Orton and all, but I don't need to see Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal for like the umpteenth time.
For me personally, I want one of these guys to go against either Dolph Ziggler or Mojo, and not like the guys like not Randy Orton or Jinder, but like Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode versus Mojo would be fucking great. Well, Bobby could turn heel soon. I don't know why he's not a heel right now because his last night in NXT was a heel, and then he turned face just because he showed up on SmackDown. I was like, that's a weird fucking face turn. Just gonna beat face for no reason. Odd. So I'm hoping that maybe he turns heel and goes against like a face on the show, or as a face he goes against Ziggler or somebody like that. So I'm kind of glad that Bobby Roode didn't win, and plus he was born as shit as United States champion. And Rusev, I don't know about you, but I feel like at some point we're gonna have Rusev versus in English. Like they're gonna break them up sometime soon. I feel like. But like Trey, I'm gonna ask you really quick. Do you feel that I'm wrong in that sense? Do you feel like in English and Rusev are gonna end up breaking up soon?
It come out of nowhere. I'll be honest. I wouldn't expect it if it was anytime soon because they pretty much been flowing pretty well for the most part. I mean, they're not New Day's level of flowing, but they still have been the signature tag team for a bit on SmackDown. I mean, he's one of the reasons why the Rusev thing is even over to begin with, alongside with Rusev and kind of sort of Lana doing the mid-smack challenge. So I just. For right now, I don't see it happening for right now, but it could be a thing because, he could be tired of being under Rusev's shadow for the most part. I mean, he's needed something to do since Simon Gotch has been gone. So hopefully maybe if he did turn on Rusev, it'll lead up to something and he'll make himself up there.
Yeah, or even have Simon Gotch come back. I mean, that'd be a cool little surprise, too. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that shit, but I do think that storyline, everyone needs to just kind of break up. I don't know. Give Randy Orton the fucking United States belt, and then him just doing RKO was like good enough, honestly, at this point, because it's such a cool thing. I mean, he's almost like a novelty at this point. It's like seeing Hulk Hogan wrestle. I don't know. But aside from that, the biggest thing to talk about is two things: super positive and super negative. about this one half of this next topic is the Daniel Bryan thing. So happy to return. Such a great match. So fucking awesome. Daniel Bryan has it. He's amazing. I love Daniel Bryan. I love the way they ended. And Nakamura did something I enjoyed. That's twice in a row. Nakamura, it was one of the better parts of a show. So we're finally getting some good Nakamura. But why are you going to give Daniel Bryan AJ Styles for fucking free? This is a dream match. Why would you give that? No storyline, no build-up, no we'll see you next week. Nothing. Just, man, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan. That was horrible. That was a really dumb decision to make. Wwe, do you feel the same way?
No, because I actually kind of wanted Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles, because I was like, you know what, if Daniel Bryan were to come back for SmackDown and have a match, I would like it with AJ Styles. Either AJ Styles or Nakamura, I felt. But other than that, there's really no one else that I kind of would have preferred Daniel Bryan to go up against. So
because I remember Dolph Ziggler, like 2 weeks ago, Dolph Ziggler walked past him backstage and gave him like this shitty look, like, "Oh, so you're gonna be back, huh? Piece of shit." And I was like, you know what? There you go. And you can have that match go over and over and over again because Dolph Ziggler is such a fucking wah, like, you know, he hates losing. You can have a thing where they just have a shit ton of rematches for a month, you know what I mean, or different versions of a rematch, like a tag match, six-man tag match, a triple threat, fatal four, just keep them around each other, you know what I mean?
I mean, you can even do that storyline-wise. Like, you could do that. But the reason why I liked exactly what happened with AJ Styles versus, Daniel Bryan was the fact that it wasn't storyline-wise. It was just like a comeback, you know? Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's like a one-time deal. And then, of course, Nakamura comes in and fucks it up for everybody. So, you know...
So you technically still didn't get the match. I mean, you got like a little taste that...
Exactly. I got a taste, and they're probably saving something bigger between AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan for later, because... You know, like 15, 20 minutes of these guys, rather, even though it would be a good match or whatever the hell, but with Nakamura interrupting, we all know that, you know, that's not going to be the end. That's not going to be the last time we're going to see AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan, unless Daniel Bryan fucks himself up again.
Yeah. Trey, what about you, man? What do you feel about the Daniel Bryan return? And do you feel as negative as I feel about the decision to make him return against AJ Styles?
Yeah, you know what? I was just about to say that, Nick. I was about to say, yeah, I'm with you on that. But Hulk did bring up a good point with us just getting a bit of a taste of what could be for the most part. Because, yeah, I mean, it sucks they put it on this television because I'm pretty sure they turned their house down on a pay-per-view. But then again, we got the same thing about AJ Shinsuke at WrestleMania, and that didn't happen. But and this match was pretty okay at best anyway. So I feel like once they do get the platform where they can throw it down, hopefully they will throw down like they can. But yeah, but Shinsuke ruined it, and I'm with you, Nick. I actually did enjoy Shinsuke's interruption of this match. It was pretty awesome. Even him doing the low blow, like I was just like, dang man, he's just going all out. Like this freaking heel Shinsuke, I'm loving it. Heck, he even even his interview he did with Renee Young with the whole I don't speak English thing. I just like, man, I feel like that's like everything Nick has been talking about with Nakamura put into that one promo right there.
Yeah, yeah, that promo I liked it. And Nakamura promo, ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck's going on? Like, yeah, Trey, I'm a happy Diaz.
But Nakamura came out of nowhere saying, "Sorry, no speak English." I'm like, bruh, that was fucking great.
That was great. That was hilarious. Yeah, man. So, but yeah, one thing too to bring up at the end. The Paige thing, man, that happened too fast. We just had her fucking do this whole big crybaby thing last. By the way, is that her new gimmick of just crying and shit? Crying on Lillian Garcia, crying on the fucking interviews, crying backstage with the Raw 25, crying last night. Stop crying. Damn.
Well, I mean, she has been going through like a big fucking roller coaster, bro.
Yeah,
she comes.
It's her fucking fault. I mean, the only thing that's not her fault is the Sasha Banks thing.
It's not even her fault. Like, she didn't ask to get injured.
That's the only and. Any of the other issues were they her fault or somebody else's?
Well, she didn't also ask to get leaked on.
But she certainly, yeah. Well, that's a big old argument thing. I mean, I see your point there, but at the same time, it's just like don't record yourself and fucking whatever, and don't cheat on your peoples too. Don't be cheating on the men you're dating and sucking a dick while you're on the phone trying to be sexy. And then they put so much production into it. She knew what was going on. Like, who puts that much production in lights and camera, action, the whole fucking thing, and then not going to show it to somebody?
I mean, to be fair, Nick, I mean, it is her life, so she could do what she wants.
But yeah, but it's like the crying thing. It's just like, okay, I ruined my life. Really ruined your life to, like, do what you knew you were fucking doing. Like, how high were you? And then to come on the fucking NXT belt, like, I'm sorry, but bitch deserved it. And then, you know, more so of that, the drugs thing, the Belter Del Rio thing, the fucking not listening to WWE, just
okay, that I can't defend.
The tag 2 thing.
That's all her.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
can't defend.
She can't stop fucking up. I mean, you know, not showing the work, not passing drug tests, and then, I mean, just over and over and over. It's like, at this point, I could give a fuck less. She can go fuck herself. You know what I mean? Like, some people would die, would kill, would change their whole lives, would lose everyone they loved just to get in her position. She gets in her position. She does not fucking appreciate it at all, and shows it again and again and again. And here she is again, GM. You know, how's she going to fuck this up, ladies and gentlemen? I guarantee you in the next 3 months, she's going to get in trouble. And then this whole thing will be for nothing. But it was a cool statement, and I'm glad they did this. I'm just saying, like, man, this better be the last time she'd be crying. Because next time I'm going in really bad. But Trey, what'd you feel about this whole thing?
I did not expect this at all, especially because on Twitter, she was making it seem like she was about to go off away from WWE and actually like do things like run her shop that she does, like, cause you know she got that Saria store that she does and everything and whatnot. And I thought she was just about to do that because even she said last night Edge taught her there's life outside of WWE. So I was thinking, oh, okay, well, she's gone. So when she became general manager, I was just like, what the fuck? Like I was like, what is this? Like, what? And then, yeah, I guess we're going to have to see where it goes. I mean, hopefully this is a great thing for the women for the most part, because I would love to see where it leads up for them, because I would love for more amazing things to happen for the women on the SmackDown roster, because before the whole after the draft and everything, like, SmackDown was a show to watch, even with the women. Now, not so much, even because the best thing that's happened with the women in a while was that Charlotte Asuka match on Sunday, and it was a SmackDown versus Raw thing anyway. So hopefully we'll see something revolutionized from that. I didn't mean to do that pun. I just couldn't think of another word, by the way.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought this was quad yet too. It was funny. I was watching this, and the person I was watching this with, I was like, oh, Jeff Jarrett's gonna be a Jeff Jarrett, and then she's just like, who the fuck is that? And then Paige comes out and she's like, hey, her name's Jeff. I was like, wait, no. But no, I was really hoping that was gonna be Jeff Jarrett. Honestly, that would have been really cool, but no, it wasn't. And granted, I like that with Paige too. But imagine if it was Jeff Jarrett and then Elias gets like drafted to SmackDown, and then having Elias, Jeff Jarrett like fuck around with each other off, you know what I mean? Like, that'd be hilarious.
I would be very surprised with Jeff Jarrett for the fact that even with his troubles, I'm pretty sure he's still running GFW.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he still is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, WWE acknowledged that, you know, he was a businessman. I mean, they didn't say TNA's name specifically, but they did acknowledge that. Like, they acknowledged that he paved the way for AJ Styles and Samoa Joe and all that on WWE.com. So, and they even showed a reunion between Jeff Jarrett and AJ and whatnot. So it doesn't surprise me they allowed it to happen. I mean, they're pretty smart. Hell, they made Kurt Angle do a joke last night. They know what they're doing for the most part. They're just trying to play friendly with somebody that they care about, because they actually been helping Jeff Jarrett with his drug addiction as well, from what I've been reading. Because, you know, he fucked up again and TNA let him go and whatnot. So
yeah, over here too, Cedric saying Nate makes a good point, but he honestly thinks that she would have had a hell of a redemption story had Sasha not accidentally injure her, and I agree too. So Paige was actually really getting a nice little comeback and everything too, no pun intended, and that shit was really, really cool. So it sucks, you know, this whole thing going on. You know, she's like the female Charlie Brown. Everything keeps just going wrong for her constantly. She reminds me of Hachi from fucking the show Nana, the anime. You know what I mean? Like, she's basically her.
Nick, only I would know that, you son of a bitch.
I know. I know. If anyone in the chat watches Nana, yeah, Paige is Hachi, and nowhere near as cute. But yeah, man. So I don't know what the fuck. But before we get into the ratings, I actually just want to do, and he's not even watching this. I don't know why I'm doing this, but at the same time, I do want to get our fellow Toasties names out there. I do want to like kind of advertise and things like that. Plus, I just thought this was hilarious. But our boy Felix did an interview with Paul Heyman on Wrestling with Regret, and here he is right here, Felix with the most. He doesn't look happy. Paul Heyman is just disgusted by him. But yeah, he did an interview with him. It was actually really funny. It's about 6 minutes long. I really do think you guys should go over there, check this out. At least support Felix because Felix is Double Toasted fam, and kind of helping us all out in the community is actually really cool. Try to share this with as many people as you can. But yeah, pretty cool interview. I really hope that Brian Zane and Felix are able to get more interviews with people. This was from Inside the Ropes apparently. So yeah, really cool interview. So yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say. It's fucking hilarious. So, do you know who Felix is, Hovig?
Huh?
Do you know who Felix is?
Yeah, I seen him all the time on the Double Toasted shows with his little weird bold nose rings and shit.
Yeah, and his fucking loud ass jumping around acting fool. And Heyman pretty much calls him out on that type of shit too, making fun of him the whole time. It's pretty funny shit. So, but like Paul Heyman is just fucking. Anybody can have a great interview with Paul Heyman. I swear, it's incredible. Paul Heyman's a natural. But anyways, yeah. Aside from that though, ratings wise, tonight was a very unenthusiastic 3.5 out of 5. The reason why I say unenthusiastic is because there was nothing super special about it, but they just did everything completely right. Just not great, nothing even slightly great, but just nothing wrong. Like I can't really complain about anything. It was just kind of like super in the middle. This is the most average fucking show I've ever seen, but that's not a bad thing. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5 for me. Hovig, how about you?
Yeah, today gives about a 3.5 for me as well. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. It was actually slightly better than being slightly better than average. Like I said, the whole Carmella thing, I wish I enjoyed it more if this dickhead didn't fucking ruin it for me. But overall, I pretty much got a pretty decent SmackDown after WrestleMania show. I'm disappointed we didn't get a little more call-ups, but I guess they're saving the bulk of that for next week with the Superstar Shakeup. I don't know. But I guess we'll see what happens with that next week. But yeah, 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, and maybe we'll do something with that. I'll try to think of something, but maybe we'll do our own Superstar Shakeup. And let me ask you this really quick. Out of curiosity, how would you feel if instead of us trying to roleplay as Raw, SmackDown, or NXT, how about we have, I'll be yellow, you be red, Trey be blue, and then we just have a bunch of the lists from wrestlers, and we vote on them, and then the chat gets to pick which one has the best roster. How does that sound?
And dude, that'd be the perfect time for you to do the what's that thing? That program with the custom wrestler, the general manager thing.
Yeah.
Universe mode, general manager.
No, not universe mode, not general manager mode. What's that program called? The game.
EWR Revenge or TW or
yeah, TRW. Yeah, that'd be like something we can do there as well.
Actually,
I don't know.
That probably wouldn't work. That shit's confusing. TW, y'all, you guys gotta work on your shit. You're like, damn. 'Cause I tried to play that recently, and I was like, man, fuck this. Okay. So yeah,
well,
but
we got 18. It is.
But we'll think of something. But hopefully you guys are down for that. And yeah, we'll probably just redo the entire roster, all rosters, and see what will actually work. And yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And I would love it if the chat would go in there and then talk with us, because we'll do it live. It won't be a pre-show or anything. It'll be live. So we'll see. But yeah, Bob Law gives it a 3.5 out of 5. Raheem gives it a 4 out of 5. But Mr. Trey, we haven't got yours yet, sir. What do you give this SmackDown?
Man, guys, this was a very this weekend of wrestling was amazing, man. Saturday was great, Sunday was great, Monday was freaking fantastic. Even this morning when I watched the new Being the Elite, the Bullet Club, YouTube channel, and them ending that storyline was great. And I was like, man, I can't believe this WrestleMania thing is still going on strong. And then this happened. This show gets a 2 out of 5, man. The train stopped. WrestleMania's over. WrestleMania high is over. The train just it's over, man. I did not care about the match at all whatsoever. The tag team match, man, whatever. Italian Naomi, like I said, they did what they were supposed to do, so I can't be too mad about that. Something that was supposed to be great with Peyton Royce and Billie Kay was awkwardly done. The Carmella cash-in was awkwardly done. I've never seen a worse cash-in before in my life. Probably the second thing I can think of was when John Cena lost the the match he had for when he cashed in or whatever. So yeah, that was just the Randy Orton stuff, the USA Championship stuff. I just do not care about that. They have done nothing in their powers to make me care about that feud at all whatsoever. I gotta say the only things that were kind of interesting was well, like I said, well, I didn't say this earlier, but the Page thing caught me off guard. I think it's cool. There's potential there, and the AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan match. As much as I didn't care too much for it, it was still okay. And even then, the Shinsuke Nakamura thing, him playing that heel up, the interview he did with Renee Young, I was just like, dang, man, this is pretty awesome to see from Shinsuke. But other than that, man, this is a 2 out of 5. I'm so disappointed, man, because I was hoping SmackDown After Mania was going to be as great as everything else I saw since Saturday. But nope, Tuesday night, the train just crashed, man.
Cedric's Trey, no. Raheem says, fuck you, Trey. Trey is gay.
I just said before the show he hasn't missed with me in a while, and now here he is.
Yeah, here it is. You earn that shit. Nah, but I kind of agree with you. The only reason why mine's not lower is because honestly I just expect so much worse from SmackDown 2, and I know that shouldn't affect my rating. But it's just I'm sitting over here and I'm almost like it's almost unfair against the show because I'm just like, oh great, what's this dumbass manager gonna be? Oh great, where's this predictable fucking stupid thing? And then they got me and I'm like, wow, I should shut my fucking mouth every once in a while. I'm over here talking shit. They got me. They showed me up. You know what I mean? I gotta take my ass whooping. So I mean that's why unpredictability in wrestling it's so rare. So when it happens, I get extra gooey. So it is what it is.
I don't blame you, man. It's just I don't know. After everything we got from the past weekend, even from outside WWE, at least from my point of view, anyway, it was just everything was just great, and then this really wasn't. Like I should be on that aspect where I've expected worse things from SmackDown because honestly, SmackDown has been pretty bad. But I was just thinking and just hoping maybe the SmackDown After Mania would be great, and it wasn't. I mean, it's weird how a YouTube channel by the Bullet Club like entertaining me more that their little storyline than SmackDown was supposed to do tonight with the SmackDown After WrestleMania. So
yeah, so I don't know, but people, that's gonna be just about it. So make this quick, sir. Actually, I'm gonna help you out with this too because a couple of things have changed somewhat. So usually we just did the Saturday night, after hours thing, but it's all leading up to the Avengers and whatnot. So on Saturday when we do that, Ellen Birdman is actually going to do yet another one. We're on the third phase 3 of the Marvel movies. So if you guys want to get into the call after the Midnight Chat Attack and the After Hours, make sure to do that shit. Big thing over there. Friday, the video game show. But the thing is, there's shit going on tomorrow. There's shit going on all these other days. Mr. Trade, take it away, sir. You do your fucking thing with your fucking hair in your hand.
Oh, yes, sir, man. God, man, that pear tastes good, too. Anyway, the Midweek Chat Attack. Join us tomorrow for the Midweek Chat Attack as we talk about things in the middle of the week. Join us there at 7:30 CST. And then as Mr. Nick Diaz just brought up, the Untitled Gaming Show on the Midnight Chat Attack Facebook page. Join us there, ran by Alan and Ganja, and sometimes me. I'm going to try to be on there every 2 weeks as well. And we'll talk about all the gaming stuff that's going on throughout the week. And join the Midnight Chat Attack Facebook page, by the way. We got awesome things going on there all the time, as well as the Midnight Chat Attack Amino. Yes, join the Amino group of the Midnight Chat Attack. We got questions of the night have returned on the Midnight Chat Attack. Put in your questions of the night, community questions, all that. And then also we got a YouTube playlist where you can add your music. If you want us to listen to those sweet jams you got going, go ahead and add your little music there on that playlist. And then, of course, Saturday, the main event, the Midnight Chat Attack. Join us there at 7:30 CST. As Mr. Nick just brought up, of course, we got the After Hours ran by Alan and Ganja Guru, and they got the Phase 3 thing going on. So go ahead and do that little thing. And then, of course, you turn that clock back around, you get the raw reaction show of the Ringside Hangouts. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
Thank you for joining us,
folks. Yeah, look at this.
When your old side chick becomes your new boss.
Oh, damn.
Oh, man.
No, the fans can't really see it. There's a side thing coming off the side.
Oh, my God. There.
Oh, that is great. Oh, man.
Good Lord.
Oh, my God. I wonder how awkward that was.
No shit. But yeah, people. Well, I know you guys couldn't see it in the chat, but yeah, like on the side, it says like when your side shit because your new boss, and it has Xavier Woods being shown.
I think they see it.
Well, no, they're able to because they probably saw it before, but it's like it's cut off through the side because there's a circle here. So like when you show it and it's through capture, you can't see.
Gotcha.
But yeah. So with that said, folks, we are out of here. We are done. But with that said, folks, there's only one thing left to say, and it's on that 3, and it's on the 2, Mr. Trey Cooper. And what's next?
And that 1, attack the mother beeping chat. That's it. I'm not doing the Raw 25 and request for Holy.
Oh, thank you, baby.
That's me a lot. Can't wait for Roblox. Roblox is good this year.
Oh, please stop. No. Not.